Welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today, we are diving deep into a report from TheCable that uncovers some truly astonishing connections between a prominent United States senator, a proscribed separatist group in Nigeria, and the ongoing highly controversial claims of Christian persecution. So, the core of this story, as revealed by TheCable, revolves around United States Senator Ted Cruz and his alleged meeting with representatives of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. IPOB, as many of you know, is a group seeking to carve out an independent Biafra nation from the southeast Nigeria. It is crucial to remember that the Nigerian government proscribed IPOB in 2017, labeling it a militant terrorist organization after its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network or ESN, was accused of widespread killing and violence. The report details a specific meeting in 2024 where Ogechukwu Nkere, identified as Biafra's finance minister by Simon Ekpa, a self-proclaimed disciple of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, reportedly met with Senator Cruz. According to Ekpa, Nkere briefed the senator on Biafra's progress towards independence, including activities like self-referendum, and raised allegations of the Nigerian government's persecution of Biafrans and even its supposed ties to Islamic terrorist groups. He reportedly presented Cruz with a Biafran charter and a Biafran pin. So, what makes this particularly significant is Senator Cruz's active and vocal lobbying for sanctions and military action in Nigeria, often citing claims of an ongoing persecution of Christians in the country. He even recently proposed a bill aiming to protect persecuted Christians and hold Nigerian officials accountable. TheCable's investigation, however, reveals a potential nexus between these very serious persecution claims and the Biafran separatist agenda, raising critical questions about the motives and the veracity of sources shaping US foreign policy discussion. Now, let's move beyond the headlines and into my critical take for the next 6 minutes, because there's a lot more to unpack here. On the surface, Senator Cruz's advocacy for Nigerian Christians appears commendable. Protecting persecuted population is a noble cause. However, his alleged engagement with IPOB representative, a group officially designated as a terrorist organization by the Nigerian state, introduces a profound complication. TheCable's report strongly suggests that the narrative of widespread Christian persecution, so heavily pushed by Senator Cruz and the others, might be deeply intertwined with the separatist agenda of IPOB. The investigative team found hashtags like Biafra Exit Now and the keywords supportive of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu, featuring prominent online discussions around these Christian genocide claims. This isn't a mere coincidence. It points to a coordinated effort to frame a specific narrative. So, a crucial and deeply concerning revelation from TheCable is the role of the international society for civil liberty and rule of law, or Inter-Society. This pro-Christian civil rights group has been identified as a primary source of data cited by the US lawmakers and other genocide claimants regarding the alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria. However, and this is a very massive red flag, TheCable's own fact-checking arm explicitly found figures quoted by Inter-Society to be false. If the data informing such grave allegations of genocide and potential US intervention is fabricated or severely exaggerated, it doesn't just undermine, it obliterates the credibility of the entire campaign. To compound this, Inter-Society's founder Emeka Umeabalase has reportedly or repeatedly voiced open support for Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu. This immediately casts serious doubt on the impartiality and the agenda of a key source influencing international perception and the potentially US policy. So let's also consider the source of the initial claim about the meeting between Nkere and Cruz, Simon Ekpa. It is absolutely crucial to note that Ekpa is not just a commentator. He is currently serving a 6-year prison term in Finland for inciting terrorism and participating in a terrorist group. His statement, therefore, comes with significant baggage and a clear vested bias towards IPOB's agenda. Relying on such a source for information of such magnitude is irresponsible at best and dangerously misleading at worst. This situation powerfully highlights the extreme dangers of relying on unverified or agenda-driven information when discussing sensitive international issues. When claims of mass murder and genocide are thrown around, especially by influential figures like Senator Ted Cruz and even Donald Trump, who has threatened to go into Nigeria gun blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorist thugs attacking our cherished Christians, the potential for real-world catastrophic consequences is immense. Such statements can inflame internal tensions, destabilizing sovereign nations, and potentially lead to misguided foreign policy interventions with devastating human costs. The idea that a separatist organization deemed a terrorist organization could be leveraging human rights concerns to gain international sympathy and political backing is not just alarming, it is a profound threat to global stability. So, for Nigeria, this report presents a severe challenge to its sovereignty and the internal stability. The perception that external powers might be influenced by a proscribed group based on a questionable data could significantly escalate existing internal conflicts and make diplomatic solutions infinitely harder to achieve. It is also severely complicates Nigeria's genuine efforts to address its many security challenges without external interference driven by potentially false or politically motivated narrative. So, it is absolutely imperative that US lawmakers and indeed the broader international community exercise extreme caution and conduct thorough independent verification of all claims related to such grave accusations before contemplating any action. The human consequences of getting this wrong are simply too high to ignore. So, in summary, the Cable's report paints a deeply concerning picture. A US senator seemingly engaging with a proscribed separatist group, lobbying for significant international action based on claims of Christian persecution, where the primary data source has not only been discredited by fact-checkers, but has also been shown to have a clear separatist agenda. This isn't just about politics. It's about potentially misleading an international audience and profoundly jeopardizing the stability of an entire nation. This story underscores the critical need for media literacy, independent journalism, and rigorous fact-checking, especially when geopolitical narratives are being shaped. What are your thoughts on this incredibly complex and sensitive situation? Do you believe US lawmakers are being misled, or is there a genuine cause of persecution that is unfortunately being misreported and manipulated? Let me know your perspectives in the comment section below. Finally, don't forget to like this video, share it to spread awareness, and subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more in-depth analysis of stories that truly matters. Until next time, stay informed.